Money is the number one cause of stress in relationships and the leading cause of divorce. Today, I'm going to give you tips on how you can get on the same page financially and reach your goals as a couple. Me and my husband have been together for years, and we just got married this past year. We've learned a lot throughout the years on how to combine our money and how we can be financially sound together. Being financially secure allowed us to move across the country, buy a house, prepare financially for our baby. My first tip is to start by having monthly meetings together. I call it my money mindset talk. Here, you guys can discuss how you both have a relationship with money. Some great questions to start with are, what did your parents teach you about money? What's your biggest financial fear? And what does being wealthy mean to you? Your purpose for these meetings is to build empathy and also avoid judgment. My second biggest tip is to set relationship financial goals together. I would break these into short, midterm, and long-term goals. Make sure you write those down and then measure what it would mean for success for that individual goal. A pro tip is to customize these by lifestyle, family, travel, investments, and homeownership goals. Turn money from a point of tension into a shared goal. My third tip is to choose your money management style. So this can be fully combine your finances. You can do yours, mine, and ours, as in having a joint account and then having your own personal account. And then you can also have a fully separate but shared goal. Me and my husband fully combine our finances, but we also put some fun money aside for ourselves in a separate account. Make sure you talk to each other about what their personal goals are, if they'd like to have their own separate money or if they'd like to have everything combined so that you can each see what is being spent on. I do think it's easiest to fully combine your finances so you can actually see where things are going, such as like if you're paying rent or if there's subscriptions. If you fully combine, then you're able to kind of see where the money is going and also recategorize those things and get rid of things that you don't want to be spending money on together. My fourth tip is to really build a budget that honors both of you. The way you can do that is by setting that monthly budget date and always keeping that. Using a specialized tool for budgeting like YNAB, EveryDollar, Google Sheets, and Notion. Make sure you include fun money for each person, because if you are going through this budget and there's nothing extra to spend every month for fun, that's not going to be a budget that people are going to want to stick to. So make sure you build in that fun money and you build in those things that are really important to you as a couple. Make sure you're tracking for a purpose and not just an obsession. If you're trying to track every single dollar and you're checking your phone every minute of every day, that's going to become more of an obsession than actually a tool that you need. So you need to keep reevaluating with you and your partner and see where you're at. Tip number 5 is to assign financial roles based on your strengths. I personally enjoy having a spreadsheet. I love tracking every single dollar. My husband, on the other hand, he's really good at keeping track of where things are going inside of our budgeting app. So that's really helpful to me. So it's important to delegate the tasks to each other on what your strengths are and what you're good at. And it's really important that you make sure that whatever you use for budgeting, if it's a Google Sheet or it's like YNAB, make sure that the other person has access to it and can easily check it. If it's somewhere in the abyss and it's going to take them 10 clicks to get to something, then that might not be something that you want to use for budgeting. Tip number 6. Handle debt transparently. Hopefully this talk happens before you guys take the next big leap of getting married, or if you have just met each other, hopefully this helps you kind of lay the ground rule. Have a conversation about where these debts are. I highly recommend having a section of your spreadsheet or a section of your app just for your debts. And keep checking in with your partner to make sure those are updated. If you do have a lot of debt, make sure you're having a conversation about the repayment options, such as doing the snowball method, the avalanche method, or consolidation. And I can talk about that more on a different video if you guys would like. Whatever you do, do not blame the other person. Do not try to make them feel bad about their debt. Just come with a blank slate and just move forward together. Tip number 7 is to always plan for emergencies and for the future. You never know what's going to be coming up in the next 3 to 6 months or a year. So make sure that you're putting into your plan that you're going to build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. That emergency fund is going to consist of 3 to 6 months, like rent, utilities, car payment, debt payments, all of that. Make sure you have 3 to 6 months. Some extra tips I have are make sure you're making big purchases together. Make sure those are a plan and not just a spur of the moment thing. Have a plan for a certain amount of money that will trigger a discussion. I know that above $200 means that we need to have a discussion before I go ahead and purchase that item because those are big decisions that we need to make together. So you're going to do those monthly check-ins and then also reflect yearly and see where you are with those goals. Make sure you're encouraging each other and always know that money does not define your relationship, but how you communicate about it can. So I want to pass the question off to you. How do you and your partner handle money? What's worked and what hasn't? Comment below. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Thanks. See you next time.